All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Kai Veil channel. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my next videos. This one really hit home for me back here in the West, Hollywood. But see, this video is about China's Hollywood. But see, the same thing that they're dealing with, we're dealing with it back here too because I am a member of SAG-AFTRA. If you don't know what that is, that's America's union for registered actors, whether you're extras or you're somebody like Brad Pitt. Even Donald Trump is a SAG member. But I don't know too much about China's union's actors. I don't know. But anyway, let's figure out what's going on in China.
In a unique corner of China, a gathering place for aspiring actors often resembles an unconventional scene. Rows of men and women crouched on the ground eating boxed meals.
Oh,
This is Hongdian World Studios, famously referred to as the Hollywood of the East. These individuals are not tourists or guests, but actors, many of them extras or background actors. Despite the glamour often associated with the film industry, these extras face harsh realities.
have you noticed that most of these extras are women? And see, the downfall is just like here in the West. I mean, this is worldwide. All women face victimhood of sexual abuse or sexual favors when it comes to getting up there and making it to the top. Most women become victims of sexual abuse. I mean, look at Harvey Weinstein. You saw what happened. It's the same thing that happens in the music industry too. It's the same thing that happens in the movie industry, entertainment industry in general. Um, a lot of women take chances and will do the sexual favors to rise to the top, just like they would in corporate America, right? Get to the next position. But yeah, it's terrible, and a lot of times it's just a bunch of lies.
Many earn as little as 70 yuan per day, a stark contrast to the polished images projected on screen. Why then do so many persist in such challenging conditions? For many, it's the hope of a breakthrough, a chance to rise to fame. But how realistic is that dream? One actress shared her disheartening experience with a Hengdian production crew. She and her friend were handed overly revealing dresses to wear during filming, garments so short they were described as inappropriate. Earning just 9 yuan an hour, she was appalled to discover online later that the costume was sold as lingerie. Her motivation to join Hengdian was not financial. She wanted to experience life in the entertainment industry. Instead, she encountered an unvarnished reality. One evening, she received a video call from a male director, only to be subjected to sexually inappropriate comments about the industry's unwritten rules.
And like I said, this happens a lot in the industry. It doesn't matter if it's the movie industry or the music industry. It's all the entertainment industry. So, a lot of them end up being sexually exploited. And a lot of times they'll go through it when they're young just to maybe even get an actual named role. But yeah, women go through way more bullshit than the men do in this sector.
It's hard not to reflect on how extras hold the lowest status in Hengdian. Such issues highlight the systemic challenges faced by extras in Hengdian. A former extra described the lack of respect they endure, being forced to squat while eating because seats are reserved for others, and
And it looks like they're eating some decent food. But see, let me tell you something. In America, on the West Side, we have choices of what we want, what projects we want to work on. If you're union like me, a lot of people want to stick to the union jobs because they don't want to deal with bullshit like this right here. Because see, you have more say so and you can speak up if you're part of a union. If there's an issue, a problem, if you're about to be a victim, you can just call the hotline and tell them what's going on. You have representatives of the union, locals. If you have issues on set, you could reach out to somebody, to one of the local reps. I'm in the Bay Area, so I could reach out to somebody, but because there's union offices local here. So versus if you work on a non-union project, you pretty much just stuck. And when I worked, most of the projects I worked on, we were under tents and had actual tables and real gourmet chefs. We had steaks and lobster a lot of times.
even being denied a moment of rest in local cafes. For many extras, squatting on the ground for meals has become routine. Some recounted being moved to tears when a rare production team allowed them to eat at a table, an act of basic decency that felt like a luxury. What do these grueling days of work amount to? Extras have shared income breakdowns that paint a sobering picture. Working 19 days in a good month might bring in 2,700 yuan, while slower months leave them with just 1,600 yuan. The industry's hierarchy further emphasizes the disparity. At the bottom are general extras, earning 108 yuan for 10 hours of work. Foreground extras make slightly more, around 200 to 300 yuan for 14 hours. Featured extras might earn 300 to 1,000 yuan per day, while named roles command significantly higher pay, sometimes reaching 5 figures. But even those aiming for named roles face unexpected obstacles. Contrary to expectations, directors often select actors with average looks over those deemed too attractive.
You hear that? Don't rely on your looks to get the big roles. And I see a lot of that. And a lot of times, these average looking people can't even act versus somebody that's attractive and can act. So at the end of the day, it's all up to the director. They pretty much have who they want chosen. You might get upgraded on the spot. It just all depends. Featured extra, you can go from a regular extra to like, hey, come here, we need you. We need you to say a few lines. Then you're automatically upgraded and you get paid more. And you get to join the union right there on the spot.
They might overshadow the lead actors. Rejection is a daily reality for extras in Hengdian, especially for women. Most productions there are period or war dramas requiring a large number of soldiers. Regardless of height, weight, or appearance, once clad in armor, no one can distinguish you. Men in Hengdian can usually scrape by to make a living, but women face more restrictions.
Oh.
The work can be physically demanding too. One 50-year-old woman participated in a historical drama, running repeatedly alongside the lead actor who was on a horse for multiple takes, leaving her utterly exhausted.
You hear that? I keep stopping through the middle of the video to make sure y'all paying attention because I know a lot of you guys have short attention span. But you might think this is cake work. A lot of times when you work on these movie sets, have your whole day cleared. They even tell you that before you even come to set. Because you're going to be there at least 12 hours if you're working on like a series or a movie. Commercials are the quickest. So usually if you're working on a commercial, commercials go by fast. They usually wrap up in like 4 to 5 hours. But if you're working on like an actual movie or a series, you're going to be doing multiple takes multiple times. I've worked on 13 Reasons Why, and it was a big scene on the football field that we worked on. We had to do the retake at least 20 to 30 times, and we were out there all night. It was pretty cold too. This was in the middle of the winter.
Extreme weather compounds the challenges. Extras may endure 35-degree heat in thick, suffocating costumes, drenched in sweat. Female extras face additional pressures. Invitations to special gatherings, such as drinking sessions with assistant directors, are common. However, seasoned extras warn that these events offer no real opportunities, just empty promises from individuals with little influence. Despite these challenges, many extras cling to their dreams of stardom, inspired by success stories like Zhao Yiling and Wang Baoqiang, who started as extras before rising to fame. However, such stories are rare. Today's entertainment industry is increasingly dominated by stars with privileged backgrounds or those discovered through talent shows, thriving in a fan-driven economy.
Privilege my ass. Them privileges could be taken away. All you have to do is piss the wrong person off. Like back here in the West, everything is liberated. They're remaking movies from back in the day, which they're ruining. You pretty much know the deal. And it's like if you stand out against something, everybody boycotts you. It's just a lot of political bullshit. So when you actually get a named role and you're actually out there, one of the top actors, and everybody knows you, you pretty much have to have a liberal mindset to keep things going, because the minute you go conservative or say something conservative, everybody's going to be against you. So basically, if you're a big time actor, you're pretty much a politician. You're going to be in politics. Anytime you make it big into something, at least on the West Side, you're going to be judged and criticized by politics.
Many of these individuals are not trained actors, but rather contestants who gained fame from various talent shows. With the rise of fan-driven economies, attractive idols have become highly sought after. Even with poor acting skills, their work finds an audience, generating substantial earnings while fans leave glowing comments like, "Their acting is amazing." For most extras, it's not a path to fame, but a means to make ends meet. Those dreaming of a meteoric rise face odds that grow slimmer each year.
And see, I thought extras was gonna lead to something too. It might not. I mean, even actors like Arnold Schwarzenegger, they started off as extras. You'll be surprised. A lot of these stars start off as quick 2 3 second scenes in like random movies before they got the fame that they have now. I'm just happy and thankful that I have a regular job that I could pay my bills and everything. I don't have a Monday through Friday job, but you guys know that I work in healthcare and it pretty much pays all my bills. Why sometimes I'm hoping this could get me somewhere too, but it is what it is, right? I have something to lean back on.
Even highly talented graduates from prestigious acting schools like Beijing Film Academy and Central Academy of Drama often struggle to make a living as actors.
Uh-oh.
Why then would extras willingly endure such hardships? A male extra in Hengdian pointed out that actresses, especially those with attractive appearances, face greater risks than others, including the potential for exploitation under these unwritten rules. While many acknowledge that such rules exist in the entertainment industry, they're not exclusive to established female celebrities. Lesser-known, aspiring female extras are often more vulnerable. Directors or casting agents who hold decision-making power can easily target these women. For hopeful newcomers dreaming of stardom, even a minor role with 3 seconds of screen time seemed tempting enough to compromise. Additionally, intermediaries may exploit these situations, offering small incentives to lure female extras into dubious arrangements. The more attractive the performer, the greater the temptations, and the more elaborate the traps laid by those seeking to exploit them. The dream of stardom has also been used to lure college students into scams. Ads promising 600 yuan per day as an extra while meeting stars often mislead young people unfamiliar with Hengdian's reality. These students are not only left without earnings, but frequently lose significant sums of money to unscrupulous agents. One professional actor went undercover to expose such scams.
Uh-oh.
What kind of productions do you usually work with?
We have online dramas, costume dramas, and sometimes even anti-Japanese war dramas.
Do I need to be very experienced?
Extras don't need experience. You're just there as part of the background.
Is it true that you can earn 600 yuan per day?
For smaller budget online dramas, it might be a bit less, but you can still get around 300 to 400 yuan.
Well, 300 to 400 yuan isn't bad either.
All right, then head over there and pay the fee first.
And pay a fee?
Scam. Don't pay shit. They want you to work. I'm not hearing anything about no unions. That's the biggest problem about this video. Like I said, I don't know if their Hollywood has unions, and I don't really care because I don't live there. I live in America. I'm just comparing the differences. See, in America, we have to pay union dues, so it's not free. I'm gonna tell you what you don't pay for. You don't pay for casting opportunities. You pay to have a casting account with a certain organization, but you don't pay for the casting for the money to go to the director. No. That's a scam. Anytime you audition for something and they ask for money up front, that's a scam. It doesn't cost the audition for anything that's legit. So just keep that in mind if you're an aspiring actor.
Yeah, you'll need an entry pass for the Hengdian Film Studio, right? You can't just walk in without one.
How much does that cost?
The entry pass starts at 380 yuan. On top of that, you'll need to pay for accommodation and meals.
Do I have to pay for accommodations and meals in advance too?
That's another thing. We don't pay for meals, union or non-union. I've worked on several non-union projects, and we were still fed pretty good, even if it was boxed or catered in. But we didn't have to pay for food, and neither did they take it out of our pay. So they're completely getting fucked.
Of course, what are you planning to find lodging on the spot? Sometimes the crew doesn't stay in one location. They'll pick up extras from the group dorms. They're not going to come and fetch you personally.
So how much does it all add up to?
Altogether, it's 2980 yuan.
Once I pay this, you'll arrange for me to join a production, right?
Productions have set filming schedules. You can't just decide when you want to start. Once you complete the formalities, pay the fee, I'll submit your information, and when filming starts, you'll be assigned to a crew.
What if the production ever starts filming?
That's impossible.
Let me educate you on something. First of all, entering the film studio is free.
Thank you.
Once you can apply for an actor's pass, which will allow you to go in and out freely.
Actors pass? That's a scam right there. What the hell? See, they on a completely different game over there. These people need to be in America. Come on.
By the way, why didn't you tell me to apply for an actor's pass?
Because it's a
What
scam.
actor's pass you're talking about? All I know is you need to go through me.
That's
Oh.
because you don't have it yourself. Oh, I just remembered. Getting the pass requires going to the local administrative office and making an appointment. Second, once you have the pass, you can join actor groups. Why didn't you tell me to join one of these groups?
I don't know what
You know what this sounds like? And I know they have it in China too, but it's more popular in Japan. It was on the tip of my tongue. What do you call it? To join when the girl has to pay the fee, to pay the guy to join a social group, a club hosting. Yeah, that's what it is. They have that there in China too. That's what it sounds like. So basically, it's like paying a host just to get into a damn studio. You don't have to pay to get into an acting studio. You got to be invited. That's how it's supposed to be. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Somebody you know told you to come to the studio.
actor groups you mean. I have 2 extra groups here.
That's because you don't have access to those either. And what about the accommodation fees? At Hengdian, the cheapest is 398 yuan a month. Why are you charging me over 2,000?
Are you even here for an interview?
No, I'm not here for an interview. Masquerading as an aspiring extra, she discovered that these schemes could cost victims upward of 300 yuan. Her investigation, shared online, shed light on these fraudulent practices, providing vindication for those who had been deceived. Beyond the struggles of extras, even top-tier stars in China are not immune to political interference. Actress Fan Bingbing, a global icon, faced severe repercussions in 2018, including fines exceeding 880 million yuan, after being implicated in a tax evasion scandal. Officially labeled as a tainted artist, Fan's career and public image plummeted. Industry insiders suggest that Fan was merely a scapegoat in a larger political power struggle within the Chinese Communist Party. Allegedly, the crackdown on Fan was partly driven by the CCP's financial strain, with her case serving as a high-profile example. The controversial dual contracts implicated in her case were reportedly commonplace in the industry. However, while Fan faced public scrutiny and punishment, many more influential figures remain untouched, highlighting the uneven application of justice. Another legendary Chinese actress, Liu Xiaoqing, endured even harsher treatment. After rejecting inappropriate advances from former CCP leader Jiang Zemin, she reportedly became the target of retaliation. Authorities accused her of tax evasion, leading to her imprisonment and the confiscation of her assets. Although eventually cleared of wrongdoing, Liu spent 2 years in prison without compensation, her career and finances devastated. Such incidents underscore the challenges women face in China, regardless of their social status. The CCP's claims of gender equality and liberation for women stand in stark contrast to the systemic exploitation many experience. Both ordinary women and celebrated figures are often reduced to mere objects in the eyes of the elite.
Wow.
And a separate controversy recently emerged during a lecture at Renmin University of China in Beijing. Erlan Karin, Kazakhstan state councillor, spoke about reforms and strategic partnerships between China and Kazakhstan. During the Q&A, Chinese scholar Wang Xianju made a controversial remark about Kazakhstan's high birth rate, contrasting it with China's declining fertility. He asked, "How do you convince your female universities to obediently and willingly have children, and to have them early and often?" Wang's comment drew laughter from some scholars in attendance, but left Karin visibly uncomfortable. Karin responded by emphasizing Kazakhstan's respect for women's rights and their freedom to make life choices, including active participation in all aspects of society. He highlighted new laws passed in 2022 to protect women's and children's rights. The exchange, initially published on Renmin University's official social media account, sparked outrage online. Critics questioned the implication that women in China were merely birthing machines, with one comment reading, "What's next? Chains to ensure that they don't run away?"
Wow.
Facing mounting backlash, the university quietly deleted the post. From the harsh enforcement of the one-child policy to misguided attempts to encourage higher birth rates, the CCP's policies reveal a pattern of disregard for individual rights. For many, the current state of China mirrors the narratives unfolding in Hengdian, a stage for exploitation and control.
Wow. Interesting, right? The things you find out in here. But yeah, a lot of that, as far as China's Hollywood, is similar to America's Hollywood. It's a bunch of bullshit, right? And there's a lot of dry periods to where you might get some work and you might not. It might be 6 months before you even get to work on another project. Whether you're just an extra or you have an actual named role. It doesn't matter because this work comes and goes. It's not consistent. You pretty much got to look at it like strippers and exotic dancers. When they work at the clubs, they have to pay the house fee to the manager. They don't get to work for free. So that's why you hear about all these erotic dancers not earning no money sometimes, because sometimes they have to give out more than what they get. So yeah, you just have to take chances and have something lined up on the side and not rely on things like Hollywood, OnlyFans, YouTuber, escorting. Which, by the way, escorting is the oldest profession, but it seems like it's getting even larger because people don't want to work regular jobs no more, especially women. A lot of women don't want to work traditional jobs, so they rather hook and escort. But yeah, that's all. We're gonna wrap it up right here. This is Kai LaVale. I hope you enjoyed this segment, and I'll probably put out another video too in a little bit. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'm out. Peace.